From a refugee detention camp to an art studio.
I paint with toothbrushes because for 8 years I was in detention and I didn't have art supplies.
Mostafa Azimitabar tried to reach Australia by boat almost a decade ago. Instead, he was sent to an offshore processing centre on Manus Island in Papua New Guinea until he was transferred to Australia for urgent medical care.
They took 8 years of my life. The best time in my life. I could marry, I could work, I could pay tax.
The government says that offshore detention breaks the people smuggling model.
I think they drive fear into nation. They wanted to show that refugees are illegal, illiterate, dangerous, and we have to take these people away from society. If they don't want people to die in ocean, why they are punishing the ones who survive?
The answer? To crush the people smuggling business.
It's essentially stopped the people smugglers trafficking people into Australia very successfully. And that explains why when it was first introduced as a policy, it was highly controversial, as it is now in the UK. But now there's bipartisan support in Australia for the policy.
And traditionally, most Australians have supported it too, along with turning back people smuggling boats. But a doctor who worked at a detention centre on Nauru Island told me what he saw in the camps keeps him up at night.
I saw people suffering from psychosis, huge levels and rates of depression, anxiety. People went into withdrawal syndrome where they would shut off from the world. There's a huge amount of self-harm, suicide attempts. People did complete suicide when they were held offshore. It was atrocious.
Despite the criticism, the Australian government says anyone who enters this country by boat without a visa will never be allowed to stay here for good. Even a finalist in one of the nation's most prestigious art competitions, the Archibald Prize.
And this is me. From Manus to Archibald, it's a miracle.
Forced to renew his visa every 6 months, this is a precarious existence, surviving one of the toughest refugee policies in the world. Nicole Johnston, Sky News, Sydney.